This is a video intended for those who just started learning data mining. So in this video, I'm going to give you a basic overview about data mining. So let's start. Data mining may be defined as the art and science of discovering knowledge, insight, and patterns in the data. So we can see later that it's not all about science, but there's also art involved of how we do data mining correctly. Data mining involves at least these three domains of knowledge: statistics, computer science, and business management, because a lot of data mining problems comes from the business settings. And then there is an implicit assumption in data mining. The assumption is that the past data or historical data that we have can reveal patterns that can be projected into the future. In other words, the historical data that we have is useful to describe what would happen in the future. Okay, I guess here the keyword is pattern in the data. To make things more concrete, let's look at an output of a data mining model. Here we're looking at a decision tree model, the output of a decision tree model. Decision tree, like its name, helps us to make decision. In this case, we are going to classify whether a fish that we see or we catch is a dolphin or not a dolphin. According to this tree, the first question that we should ask is whether the fish has gills or not. Gills is something that a fish uses to breathe. Okay, so we look at the fish, and then if it has gills, we go to this branch. If it does not have any gills, then we go to that branch. Okay, suppose it has gills, then we go to this branch here, and then the conclusion here is that the fish we're looking at is not a dolphin, according to this tree. What about the fish does not have any gills? So we are going to look at this branch. And then according to this tree, we ask again, what is the length? Is it 3 meters long, 4 meters long, or 5 meter long? And then based on the answer, based on the fish that we're looking at, then we simply go to one of these branches, okay? So if we have this kind of box here, square, if we have this kind of square here, it means that we stop there. There's no more questions to ask, and we have the conclusion whether it is a dolphin, it is also a dolphin if we stop here, or if it looks like this, it means that we ask another question again. So if we have a fish that does not have any gills and the length is 4 meters long, then we need to ask again, how many teeth does the fish have? If it has few teeth, it goes to here with the conclusion it is not a dolphin. If it has many teeth, then we go to this branch with the conclusion that it is a dolphin. Okay, so that is a decision tree, and this is one of the example of the output of a data mining model. So in a real world case, Target was once used data mining to create what they called as pregnancy prediction model. So they use this model to predict which customers are likely to need pregnancy related stuff, such that Target will send them coupons to those customers who are likely to need those pregnancy related stuff. One day a man came to Target and he was angry because his daughter got those coupons in the email. Although the daughter was still in high school, so the man was angry because he was thinking that Target was trying to encourage her daughter to get pregnant. To handle the condition, the store manager simply apologized to the man. A few days later, the manager called the man again with the intention to apologize again. But now the man apologized to the manager because it turns out that there has been some activities in his house that he has not been completely aware of. In other words, the daughter of the man was actually pregnant, and Target was correct in predicting that her daughter was pregnant. Okay, so I read that to build this model, Target used the historical data of 20 or 25 items that a customer purchased. And then based on those items that a customer purchased, they built a model to predict whether a customer is likely to be pregnant or not. Okay, and it turns out that the model was pretty successful. So in conducting data mining, there is a standard in the industry that is called the Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining, or CRISP-DM. It starts with the first stage, business understanding. So here we really need to understand why we need to do this data mining process. What kind of data that we need, what kind of data are available, and then suppose this project is successful, what are the benefits for us? So we really need to make sure that this data mining project is worth doing. Otherwise, we shouldn't do it in the first place, right? So if we're sure that we need to do it, we go to the second step here. We start to understand the data. What data that we have, um, what kind of things they talk about, what data is relevant, what data is not relevant. Okay, so we understand the data. And then once we know what data that we have, we start doing the data preparation and cleaning. So we clean the data such that we have the high quality and ready to be processed data. The data that is ready to be processed with the data mining models and algorithm. Once we have the clean data, we go to the modeling process. Here we apply a lot of data mining models. For example, the decision tree model that we just saw in the previous dolphin example. So we apply the algorithm or model to the data that has been cleaned. Okay, and then once we have obtained the output from the model, imagine like the decision tree to classify the fish, and then we will need to evaluate whether the model is good or not. In the next videos, I'm going to talk about this evaluation process. But for now, just think about we have several models. For example, you have one decision tree, and then somebody else proposed another decision tree. So you have two different trees, and here is the stage where you evaluate which tree is better. And even more than that, maybe you need to evaluate whether even the best output from the data mining model is good enough. If it's not good enough, maybe you need to go back all the way here to the first stage. So you really think about, is this the correct problem that we are going to solve? Do we need the available data? Do we need more data to collect? And so on. So if the result is very unsatisfactory, then we might need to go back to the first stage. Or if it's also not very good, we might go back to either the data understanding process, data preparation, or go back to the modeling process, try it with different data mining models. If we are satisfied with the result, then we can just implement the data mining model that we have created. And you can see that this is a circle, means that we do not stop here. We continuously evaluating whether the model that we have is still relevant, whether the problem that we want to solve is still relevant, is there a new problem, and so on. So we keep on evaluating all these stages in the circle. Okay, so that's an overview about data mining, and we're going to look at the takeaways from this video. So there are three takeaways. Data mining is about discovering patterns from the data. And then one of the example of data mining output is a decision tree that we may use to classify a fish, whether it is a dolphin or it is not a dolphin. So that is an example of a data mining output. And the systematic process or steps to perform data mining is called the CRISP-DM. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how we may find or learn the patterns from the data. So see you in the next video. Thank you.